Hi guys. So I just wanted to come on here for a little bit. I don't know how your quarantine week, but holy moly, it's been a little bit challenging because I've noticed the things that I do need to change. And this is the awesome thing about this time that I read a post that quarantine is bringing out the real in people. And to be honest, it really is true because it's bringing out the real things that are affecting our life on a daily basis that we don't know until we are forced to slow down and to notice this. So one of the things in my list, in my mind, in my priorities that has always been there is my youngest daughter, Lily, and she's 7. Not that my other 3 boys are not a priority, but Lily has a special place in my heart. And this is why, because I'm a girl, she's a girl. So I can, work with her in that area. And one of the things that really affected me as a teenager, as a young girl, I got pregnant by the time I was 18. I was graduating high school with a baby. So it was very, very difficult for me. And when I rewind the tape and ask, why did I date so early? Why did I feel the need to have these boys tell me, like, this is what I want from you and this is what you need? And I believed them. It's because nobody taught me. Nobody taught me what it was to have a gentleman in the house. Nobody taught me what it was to have somebody love you in a way where it wasn't disrespectful, in a way where you didn't have to give up your body, where you didn't have to give up your innocence, where you didn't have to give up the best part of you because somebody at an age that could not even value it or appreciate it or even take care of you. How could you just give it up like that? So, and I'm not just talking about my body, but my heart, my mind, everything that I was. So for me, the way that my husband treats my daughter, the way that my kids treat my daughter is very important to me because I tell them this. When a mean guy comes along and this guy comes and treats your sister or your daughter in a disrespectful way, she's going to say, wait a minute, my brothers never treated me that way. My dad never treated me that way. Like, this guy is a jerk. I don't want to have nothing to do with him. But because she doesn't know, and if the brothers are picking on her, being mean to her, being disrespectful, not being gentlemen, then she's going to be used to that. And then guess what happens is jerk is going to come along and is going to treat her the same way. And she's going to be like, oh yeah, this is normal. It's okay. And think that that's okay. So it's not okay. So for me, the way that they interact with each other it's important to me. So right now with the youngest one, which is 12, which is Aiden, I'm working a lot in the way that he responds and talks to her because his voice is very monotone. So here's an example. Lily was playing with one of our little dogs, and her name is Bella. Bella doesn't really necessarily like kids, so she's not very close to Lily. But Lily's super excited because, she's throwing a teddy bear and he's catching it and all this other stuff. So she's super excited and she tells Aiden, which Bella follows Aiden around, I think Bella loves me too. And he's like, no, it's just because you have a toy, like with that face. And then Lily comes and she's crying and she's like, Mama, because she's a girl. So I'm like, Aiden, can you come to the room, please? So I'm just like, okay, what was that? What was that for? Was that really necessary? Was that productive? Did that make her feel cared for and loved? Or was that disrespectful? Was that mean? He's just like, no, Mom. Instantly, as soon as I said it, I apologized because, like, it was uncalled for. I knew it. So I didn't know that part. So then I talked to Lily. I said, Lily, if he apologized, that means he noticed that he made a mistake. When people apologize, that means that people are noticing that they should have done something different, and then they say sorry. So then she's just like, okay. I go, so you coming and telling on him, I go, was not right. I go, because he apologized. You should have accepted his apology. So I said, what do you say to your brother? So then she's like, I'm sorry. So it's like, okay, great. Then go away. And later on, she comes crying, Mom, brother doesn't want to play with me. I asked him and he said, no, I don't want to play with you. So I call him in because it was like the umpteenth time that she asked him. So I said, Aiden, she's asking to play with you. She's just literally asking if she can spend time with you because she loves you and she wants to spend time with you. And he's just like, okay. And I go, how do we treat you when you ask if you want to spend time with us? He goes, well, you guys usually do it. I said, okay. Well, how would you feel if we just rolled our eyes at you and said like, ugh, like seriously, like you want to spend time with us? Like, oh my gosh, you just bug. You're so annoying. Like, how would that make you feel? And he's just like, well, that would not be nice. Like, okay. I go, so the way that you're treating her, like you wouldn't want to be treated that way. And I go, so, don't do that. And do I do those eyes? Do I replay the whole thing? I do it exactly like that every single time because they're visual people. Lily, the same thing. Like when she's having a fit and we are talking about it later on, I'm mimicking every single thing of how it could be, how it should be. And you can say like, Vanessa, that's like a lot of work. Like, get out of here. Like, no, I'm just going to scream at my kids and slap them and be like, God, I'm so tired of you. It's like, you could do that. You really could. But how does that affect your kid? Meaning, are they growing from it? Are they learning from that? At the end of the day, are you going to get the result of why you're having that conversation in the first place? Are you going to get the result you want so you don't have to keep having that conversation? Are you going to fix it? Or are you just going to like slap a Band-Aid and literally probably slap them and just be like, go over there. I'm so sick and tired of you guys already. So it's like you got a couple of options here. So I'm not saying that, like we're in quarantine. Time is like, it seems like it's going on forever. It's tiring. We're tired. Fumes are going up. Like the kids are just running amok. They're making a mess, whatever. You have to feed them. Like what? You have to feed them breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Holy cow. No, that's me. But you know what I mean? Like where do you want to go with this? That's my point. Where do you want to go with this? So I hear them laughing a little bit, later on. And I go out there and I'm just like, I'm going to bring my camera because I was thinking of making a video about this. And then they're hanging out together. So I'm just like, okay, they're hanging out together. That made me happy, and Aiden didn't have to do that, but he thought about it. And then I guess he changed his mind and he wanted to play with her. So, and they played for a little bit. They had a good time. Aiden at first was just like, I'm doing this just because I need to change my attitude, but not because I really want to. But then later on they were laughing and, they were having a good time together as brother and sister. So today, what I want to just get through to the other side, it's quarantine week, your kids. Where do you want to get them when not only is this over, but when they leave your house? Where do you want to get them to be? And they're going to make mistakes all along, the whole entire time. But they're just teaching moments. You have to teach them. You have to teach them. You have to teach them. And I want to put it in this perspective for you. If you had a boss and you just started this new job, so you've never done this job and you just started it and your boss is so irritated with you because you do not get it right every single time. And she or he is like, oh my God, are you kidding me? Are you stupid? Like, do you not know how to do these things? Like, what's wrong with you? How would that feel? You would just want to one, you would probably punch them in the face. Two, you'd probably quit. Three, you'd probably going home miserable every single day. So these are our kids. They don't have a choice. They're stuck with us. That's it. They only got us. So what are you going to do? How is it that how would you want your boss to treat you? You're these kids' boss. They've never been a 10-year-old, a 12-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 5-year-old, a 17-year-old, a 20-year-old. They've never been these ages. They've never gone through these phases. Every year is a new year for them, and every stage is a new stage. So you are literally their boss in training them to be these human beings, to train them with these tools, being independent, being smart, being loving, being caring, being kind, being respectful, not lying, not stealing, not hitting. You are teaching them how to handle it by you smacking them around and you just telling them you don't do this. They don't understand. Okay, I don't do it, but then what do I do when I have to deal with this brother of mine or this sister of mine that's getting on my nerves? How do I deal with it? So that's where we're at. So I just wanted to send this video out and just, take a moment. If you're frustrated and you're just okay, Vanessa, that's me. I'm identifying myself with maybe 75% of what you're saying, it's okay. Because I promise you, I was there too. I was a yeller. I would look myself in the mirror and I would say oh my God, Vanessa, I hate you. You are a horrible mother. How can you just yell at your kids that way? You're just so mean. And I'm pretty sure they thought like I was the meanest mom alive too. But, you know, like I had to learn. Also, just like you, I wasn't a mom of a, like I got thrown into a family of 3 instantly. You know, okay, the third one came, you know, a little 9 months later, but you know, you get the point. So to have a family of 4 by the time I'm 27, 25, like, was it 27? I don't even know anymore. But it was hard. It was very hard. I didn't know what I was doing. So I had to learn and I had to figure out how to do things and I had to change my ways because where I came from, my mom would just, you know, slap me across the face if I said anything that wasn't appropriate. Or, you know, the mom was like combing your hair like all crazy and with the cepillo, like, you know, like, oh, my, it hurts. That was me. That was my life. So that's what I grew up with. And my mom worked like 99% of the time. My dad was gone 99% of the time. So who did I grow up with? My grandma, my aunt, my uncle. Like nobody taught me. I taught myself. So by the time I'm an adult, like I'm learning. And I'm still learning. And I'm gonna, till the day I die, I'm gonna be learning. So just wanted to come on here and share this with you. And because we're in this together, and it's not easy. And I can tell you that it's not easy. And it's not easy. So I love you guys. I hope you guys are having a good night. Please don't go crazy this week for a quarantine week. I'll try to not go crazy with you. Let's keep our minds productive. Let's keep filling our hearts with joy. Don't feed your heart with, if it's fear, don't feed the fear. If you know you got a little bit of happiness in there, keep feeding that. Whatever it is, drink a coffee, do a puzzle, you know, sit and watch TV. If you don't want to clean up your house, don't clean up your house because guess what? Nobody's gonna go visit you, so it's okay. You know, just do whatever you need to do to just keep your mind in a healthy place. You know, what works for me is my devotionals and religiously, because if I don't read that, if I don't sit there and soak up something that says, Vanessa, be a better person, then I'm not going to be a better person because I don't not naturally want to, you know? So they work for me. But anyways, all right, guys, good night. I love you guys. Have a great week and I will see you soon. Bye, guys. Thank you guys for playing together. Thank you, Aiden. It's nice, right?
There was this horrible scream.
Yeah.
And we saw someone dead.
What are you guys playing?
Well, now it's a different game because.
Finally, check in. Let's go sleep.